Hey guys, this is Gugu, and even though my little Londi is not here to do her little part, that's alright because her cute little face is plastered all over this video. And I'll go ahead and assume that you're here to find out how we came about this cute little hairstyle. This makes a cute hairstyle for back to school or any school week. We're late with back to school this year, but that's okay because there's a lot of school months still ahead. And if you'd like to connect with us outside of YouTube, here are all our social media handles. And if you like this video, please give it a big thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe for more videos. Her hair was washed and styled 5 days prior to this recording. And then she went and had a sleepover with her auntie and her grandmother. I don't think they had a scarf for her, so this is how she came back. But anyways, I parted the hair once going from front to back, and then once again going from ear to ear, so you end up with 4 sections. Then I'm going to start working on one section at a time. And then that's the front section I'm working on, and now I'm just parting that section once going towards the back diagonally. And then I decided that the part in the front was a little too wide, so I'm just gonna make it a little smaller and just part it again going towards the front or going towards the other ear. And if you understand my narrations, please let me know because I feel like I bomb at this. But I do try because I hate watching YouTube videos with no narration and just music. So I'm just trying, but sometimes I confuse myself while I'm narrating. So please bear with me. And once you section that front section into 2 lines or into 2 sections, we're going to go ahead and add my mixture of olive oil and essential oils. Then I'm just going to massage that in. And then next I'm just going to put a moisturizer into our hair. And once that is in, I'm going to go ahead and spray the hair with some water. You didn't see me do that. And then I'm going to start detangling the hair. Her hair requires a lot of moisture. That's why I add so much product to it. And it will stay like this for a couple of days, so I won't be moisturizing in between. And once that was done, I went ahead and added some gel to the perimeters of that section that I just sectioned off to make sure that the hair holds. And I'm using different products in this video because I really hadn't had a chance to go shopping for hair products, so I'm just using what I have, and everything I have works good with her hair, so we good. Then after the gel, I'm just gonna soft bristle that gel in, and then I'm gonna start parting the hair. And I can't really explain the parts, but you'll just get them as time goes by. And I'm gonna part that section 4 times and just add the rubber bands to it. So we just parting it and just adding rubber bands. That's pretty much it until the next step. Oh, and one important part that I forgot to mention is that add some gel in between the parts that you are making, just to ensure that the style is gonna hold. This style held up pretty well because 3 days later, as you'll see as the video progresses, it still looked as good as new, and all I had to do was just the baby hairs. And after adding all your rubber bands, this is how your hair should look in all those mini sections, and you should have 4 of them. And then with the front little mini section, we're going to divide that into 3, and then we're going to start doing a regular 3-strand braid. Then we're going to braid the hair until it's long enough to reach the next little subsection of hair. You'll see me as I do it. And then once the braid is long enough to reach the next part, we're going to take the next part of hair and divide it into 3 while holding on to the first part of hair. So this is kind of a little tricky to do. It's my first time trying this, so it was a little tricky for me, but it's not really hard if you know how to braid. But if you don't know how to braid, then it might be a little tricky for you. So I divided the next section into 3, and then I continued again to braid like I was just doing a regular 3-strand braid. And then I'm gonna braid it again until it reaches the next section, and then I'm gonna divide the next section into 3 again and just do the same thing until I'm all done braiding. Now I will admit this is a little tricky to do if you don't know how to braid, so that's why with the next section I decided to give everybody else an option for the people that do not know how to braid. And from reading the comments, I've realized that it's a lot of people out there that do not know how to braid but can do the simple plaits that I do. And that is my whole point of being here on YouTube, to give everyone simple little hairstyles that they can do to their little girls or whatever, that will hold off for a long time or for the whole school week at least, and they'll be simple enough to do even for non-braiders. So you non-braiders out there, I got you covered, because I realized that this is a little tricky, and I was going to do the whole section or all her 4th section in the same braided style that you see me doing in the first one. But then I realized again that maybe people might not get it, or it might just be too hard for other people that would like to try this and cannot do it. So I decided to show you a different way that you can do it. So with this section of here, I'm just going to align my parts with the other parts from the first section, and then I added a rubber band on the first section. I don't know what happened to the footage. And then once I part the next section, which I'm working on right now, I'm going to divide that section into 2 and then feed the next section of hair from the front through the middle of the next section. And if you don't understand this, it's on like about 6 of my videos, so just go to my channel and just click on a couple of videos and you will understand the method. Then I'm just going to continue with that method going all the way to the back. And if you are not new to my channel and you're a regular, you already understand what I'm doing very clearly, or at least I hope that you do. Then we're just going to continue to do the same method, or same technique rather, of feeding the hair through the middle of the next part of hair all the way until I'm done doing that whole section and I have no more hair left. And one important thing is, after you feed the hair through the middle of the next hair, before you add your rubber band in, or while adding your rubber band in, give the previous section a little tug to give it some slack and to make sure that it's not too tight in the front, because it will bump up. So always make sure that this is not too tight, because with rubber bands it can be a little too tight sometimes. And always ask whoever's hair you're doing if it's too tight, because you don't want to deal with bumping later on. And once you are done with that section, just put it in a 2-strand twist. Like I said, the excess product just always dries clear, so that is never an issue for me. So once that is done, I'm gonna go ahead and do the back. I'm gonna wet the back a little bit, put my oil mixture in again, and then I'm gonna add my gel. And once my gel is in, I'm gonna just soft bristle brush it up, and then I'm gonna tie it with a rubber band, or put a rubber band on it. I'm gonna put the rubber band up towards like the top instead of like the middle, because I'm going to be adding that piece of hair to the front piece of hair. So next I'm just going to take all my twists, put them together, and then grab a scrunchie and then just tie them all together. Always make sure that you give the little back part a tug to make sure that you're not pulling it too tight. Then that's how it looked once it was done. And like I said, I duplicated it exactly on the other side, so you will not see me do the other side. So the next morning after the initial recording, we overslept for church. In fact, I didn't even go, and I just had to let Londi go with her dad, so I didn't have a chance to show you the results. But this is 3 days later, and the hairstyle held up pretty well. All I did in the front was just the baby hairs, and I just sticked everything else with gel. Then in the back, I redid the back twists, and then I just added the scrunchie again, and we were good to go, and it still looked good as new. And then I'm just going to add some bows to make it look even cuter, and then we're going to be good to go. And before I took this hairstyle down, I got some sudden inspiration to try a few things, and they worked out and turned out cute. So if you want to find out how I did all these hairstyles, they will be in a separate video right after this one, so please stay tuned for that. But for now, I'll thank you once again for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Follow us on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook at Thisisgugu.